Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be in the garden, and so I have created a little potager garden last year, and we have been working on it, and we have kind of let it go throughout the winter time, and then especially through the new build, and it's just gotten really messy over here. And so this potager garden was actually inspired by my good friend Tracy over at Just Dig It Farms. She and I used to work together at Petals from the Past, and we loved it being there together, and she taught me so many different things. So I wanted to bring those things over to my channel and kind of teach y'all a little bit too. A potager garden is actually French for kitchen garden, and so it is just a collection of all kind of fruits and vegetables that you can have out in your garden that you can go out and pick and bring into your kitchen and use to cook with. But then also it is a mixture of a lot of different flowers, like cut flowers and roses. Mine is actually a very smaller scale than Tracy's. Tracy has a huge potager garden, and so I'm going to link her channels down below so you can go see what a potager garden is all about, and then also you can see how she did hers, and it is beautiful. So we're going to be working on ours today, and as you can see, we have moved some things around already. We did end up finally putting together the little seating area, the arbor for my climbing roses, and then the fire pit area that used to be behind our old double wide that we used to have. We brought it all over here into the potager garden, and we're cleaning everything up. And so this is what we're going to be doing on today's video. So I actually got this little concrete patio set from the online yard sale for like $75, and I've never cleaned it before, so I was going to clean it really good, and then I thought about painting it, but I just don't know if I'm going to paint it now or not. It cleaned up pretty nicely, and I kind of like the chippiness of it, but if I do paint it, what color do you think I should paint it? Let me know in the comments down below. This has actually been several different days of us working in this garden, getting everything back together. And Drew and I put this back together, and woo, it took a good while. And then my father-in-law helped put the pergola back together for my climbing roses. And now, since everything's out, I'm going to use this Grower Special. So I like to use this on everything besides anything that is edible. I don't put any fertilizers on anything that's edible. And so I'll use this on everything besides my roses. My roses, I'm going to use this rose and flower food. So I alternate between the two. For my roses, the first month I'll use the rose food, and then the next month I'll use the Grower Special just on the roses. I'll alternate. Everything else just gets the Grower Special.
Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Forgo, give up everything that I own. Yeah, I'd give it all up now just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you.
Okay, y'all, I'm back home now, and it's a little windy here. It's supposed to storm this afternoon. Big storm's coming through, so I'm hoping to get all this planted and in the ground before that happens. The plumbers are here today, so you might hear some background noise too. So I got lots of black cow. This is really good for your raised beds. And so it says, for beautiful flowers, vegetable gardens, shrubs, and trees. I use this for everything before I plant something. So I got some 25-pound bags. I do have 50, but I just can't carry the 50. Whenever they get wet, they are so heavy. So instead of struggling, I thought I would just get more of these. And then this is all the flowers that I got today. So I did get a geranium, and I love the white one, so I'm gonna put this in the bucket, as you'll see, on top of our table. And then they did not have tomatoes like y'all already saw, sadly, but y'all just have to come back to see how I'm gonna plant those. I'm kind of changing it up a little bit this year, but I went ahead and got lots of lettuce, some cucumbers, some broccoli, and then I got some marigolds to get started because I love companion planting, and marigolds and the African blue basil. I love that, putting that in with my tomatoes and peppers, but the basil wasn't quite ready because it's still going to be a little bit cold. So this weekend I'm planning on going and getting some more stuff to finish out my bed. So we're going to start doing this first, so we'll have a little bit of progress. And I was actually kind of relieved because I feel like I'm not going to have as much to do today as I thought. So I'm not going to be as tired because we had the electrician come into the house this afternoon, and we have to get the plugs and show him where I want the lights and all. So it's actually kind of worked out great. I did get a pineapple mint and then a spearmint because I love putting these in my waters, or like my nature red, making like healthy drinks with them. So I'll show y'all where I'm going to add those. So we're going to start by cleaning out the beds first.
Yeah, I'd give it all up now just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh. So slow, hold you in my arms.
So as you can see, we have one cleaned out bed, and then we're working on the other one over here. So this one has some of the stuff that I had pulled up, like some lamb's ear. This is that quietness rose, and all this stuff, and some that was over there was all around that pergola whenever it was in the back of our trailer. And so I had to put it somewhere. So through the winter, I just put it here. And so now I've got to pull it up, replant it to get this one ready, because this is going to be lettuce.
That I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh.
We now have 2 beds down that are cleaned out. Doesn't that look much better? So much more satisfying. So, oh, and how we filled these beds up from last year, I had a local friend that had like a compost pile, and so we had used that to fill up these beds, so we were very thankful for that. And then I've just added black cow. I'm just planning on adding some black cow and topsoil, that kind of thing, every year as it needs it. They could be a little bit more full, but they did quite well last year, so I just added the 2 bags, and hopefully they'll be good. Now over here, this one is going to be another vegetable. I think I'm going to do cucumbers and broccoli in it. And this is some of my herbs that are in here. So I think that's oregano and lemon thyme and parsley and rosemary. And again, I just threw these in here around the fall time to kind of fill up the bed, to give it some color. But I think what I'm going to do, and y'all are going to have to use your imaginations with me for a minute. So this is going to be for the cucumbers and the broccoli, and then this one's going to be for the tomatoes and peppers, I believe. So I've got to get all this stuff out. Okay, over here is a hot mess, and this will not get done today. I was so hoping that Petals was going to have some pine straw so I could share with y'all what I was doing, but I need to layer this a little bit more. So we're going to work with this the best that we can today, and you'll have to come out for the next video to see. My main focus is to getting the beds done and that little area done today. And so we'll see how far I get. But I wanted pine straw for this because we put down, this is what you call the lasagna method. And so last year, I did not choke out the weeds and the grass, and nothing really grew here besides my antique rose. I have lots of antique roses that's going to be in this little potager garden. And so this one's going to climb the fence, and I believe this one's called Prosperity. And then I have a butterfly bush over here that attracts butterflies. And that's the only thing that did well over here. So my plan this year is to take all of this cardboard, and then I have all these pots sitting everywhere to hold it down for now. But I really wanted to get some pine straw. So this video was posted on Wednesday, and I'm hoping this weekend I'll be able to do this, and then I can come back and kind of show y'all how this looks, just like a little updated version of this, because it's not going to look good by the end of this video. So imagine pine straw all the way down on this where you can't see the cardboard. And I'm going to clean it up a little bit today so you'll see a little bit better of a picture of what's going on. And then my plans are to put my herbs in the ground, but I'm gonna wait until probably later on, maybe a month or two, until this cardboard kind of disintegrates and the grass is truly dead before I plant them in the ground. So right now, today, just to get them out of that raised bed, I am going to get some extra pots and all that I have sitting around, and I'm gonna stack all my herbs up here on this little pedestal of these old trees that we got whenever a storm came through and we had cut them down. So that's what I'm going to be doing right here. So I'm going to be working kind of on this area today, and then on this area. So we poured out all the water to this little water fountain that I got off of Wayfair last year. Actually, I saw it on Liz Marie blog, and she was talking about it was on a discount, so I got it, and it's very pretty. I love it. But we put all the water out and tilted it down so during the winter it wouldn't bust from the ice. And so I'm going to put it back up, and then I think I have some extra mulch where I can get the mulch going back here. And then I've talked to y'all about this several times before, but this is, I planted some Confederate jasmine, and so this whole full wall will be full of greenery. I think by the time this year is over with, I would think so, because I planted it last year and usually things take off the second year. And so this will be a full greenery wall, and this is evergreen, so it'll stay green. But of course, the summertime, the foliage is a lot more vibrant green, and then it blooms beautiful white blooms, and it smells so heavenly. So I wanted this to just be like, I mean, it'd be so pretty for like backdrops for pictures, or it's just kind of like the wall for this little potager garden, and to kind of give a little bit more privacy. And originally it was to hide the two dishes satellites back there, so that was the original plan for it. So this side is still a hot mess, and nothing much will get done to it until we come over here next week whenever I get some pine straw and able to move some stuff around. So today's focus is this area, the beds, and this garden area over here. So you're gonna have to realize that things are gonna be really ugly before they come pretty. And so this right here is something that Drew had built me a while ago, and it's just some scraps that we had laying around, and it was like my little potting area. Well, I don't want this anymore. We're gonna take it off to the dump, and I need an idea of where to put these pots. Like whenever the house is done, I feel like I might have a better place to put it, but for now I need these pots all the time. And so I need somewhere out in the garden for the next few months to put these where they will look nice and a lot more clean. So if y'all have any ideas, y'all let me know. And again, it is a hot mess. We're gonna try to get it somewhat cleaned up today, and then I'll tell y'all the rest of the plans in a bit. So let's go ahead and start transplanting some of these herbs. Here we go. Again, you're gonna have to use your imagination. You've got to do one step at a time, and it's not gonna be all beautiful and perfect the first day, especially whenever you're working on a big project like this. So these are the pots that I gathered from around the garden that I'm gonna use to plant my herbs in, just for now until I can get them in the ground. So I've put the cardboard down just a little bit better, and then these are just like some pansies that I had planted in the fall, some oriental like cabbage and things. And so I'm going to take all this out and then put my herbs here in this pot, and these strawberries are going to go with the rest of the strawberries over there in those little pots. And I'm just trying to get everything kind of grouped and put together, really just so I can make room to clean out the beds. And so I'm just showing y'all how I'm kind of organizing it all. So that's what I'm about to do, is put all my herbs in here, and then we'll go from there.
You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh, you, ooh, I don't even remember what this is, but if you will
scrape a piece or even just break a piece off, you can see that right here there's some green. So this will come back to life. I just don't know what it is. So I think I'm gonna put it in a smaller pot and just set it to the side, and so whenever it starts to bloom, I'll know what it is and can put it in a different pot.
And it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say, you're the rose in a garden.
So as you can see, I got all my containers emptied and the pot and soil ready to go. And I just honestly just threw out some of the excess onto these cardboard boxes, so when it rained, it would just kind of make the cardboard stay in place for the storm. So it's gonna be messy. So now we're gonna transplant, put all of our herbs into here. Got them all in their pots. They are a little wilted, but it's gonna rain like I said, so they'll perk back up. And I think I'm through with this side. It looks like a mess, but y'all know I'm trying to transplant and get things organized. They'll stay in there for the next few months till I can get them planted into the ground. And then I want to have like some cut flowers and roses and different things over here with my herbs. So I have this bed planted and I have all my lettuces in here, and I saved room for 2 spinaches. I want to get a 2 spinach for right here because I love spinach. I like making smoothies with them, and I like having them for my wraps and salads and things. And so they didn't have that at Petals yet, so hopefully they will this weekend, and I'll plop those in there. And another thing is that I have realized is that you do not want to overcrowd your beds because this stuff is going to get way bigger just within a few short weeks. So don't think you have to fill your beds full, because trust me, they'll get full. And then over here on this side I have my broccoli, which I've never grown broccoli before, so wish me luck, and then cucumbers. And I think these are going to trail, so I might have to get Drew to build me something in here, and I might put something else in this bed. I might not. It just kind of depends on how big this stuff gets, because I haven't really had luck with cucumbers before, and broccoli I've never grown. And then over here in this bed, it is just I replanted my rose bush in there just to kind of have it through the weekend, so it'll just stay in the dirt. But this bed is going to be exactly the way I'm going to do this bed. So how I'm going to do these beds is I already planted my marigolds in here, and marigolds, I told you, are good companion plants for tomatoes. They attract the bees, and then there's something in their root system. I can't remember what Tracy with Just Egg Farms had told me, but something in their root systems. And if y'all remember, or if y'all know, y'all can comment it down below. but it's really good for the tomatoes. And so I put one there and one here, and then I'm going to get an African blue basil. I always put that with my tomatoes. Put in the middle, and I'm going to put a purple Cherokee tomato there and there, because those are our favorite. And then I'm going to put either 2 or 3 peppers, or maybe 4 peppers in the front. Usually this bed has 8 tomatoes, and they just don't get that big, 8 tomato plants. Same thing I'm going to do over here, 2 tomato plants, and then the peppers and the marigold and the African blue basil. And so the height of the tomatoes will be back here and the very back ones. As y'all saw in the video, my mom was just over here looking at the garden in the house with me, and I was trying to come up with what I was going to do with over here. So I have a lot of hardscape stuff like this fountain, the bird bath over there. A lot of this stuff is going to go in the landscaping around the house, but it's just stuck over here for now because this is the only garden spot that I have. And so I'm not sure exactly where this will end up landing, but then I also needed a spot for my hammock, and it just kind of looks old and ragged, but I love it. I got this back whenever we were having to quarantine for, you know, when everything shut down, and me and Addison enjoyed it so much, this little hammock, and even Drew, he loves it. And so I was like, where can I put this thing where it just doesn't look like it's just out of place? And so I think what I'm going to do, it's not going to look its best today, but I think I'm going to end up putting it in front of this wall, because once the greenery and all builds up, and then I make this over here look pretty, and then the hammock just like kind of set in place over here, I think it's going to be nice. Now it would be nice to have the fountain over here, and usually the fountain sits in the middle, and I was planning on today just setting the fountain up and turning it on, getting ready to go, but I might do some rearranging so the hammock can sit just right here, so it's kind of out of the way, and it has this pretty backdrop whenever all the greenery grows up around this in the springtime, and I think it'll be nice there. So we're about to play around and see what I come up with for some place for the fountain to go for now, because I think that the fountain beside the hammock will be a very nice relaxing touch to this garden area. And like I said, that may end up going around the house somewhere, but for now we're going to try to make it work, because we're probably not going to be in the house till after the summertime. So I'm going to try to make all this out here as pretty and functional as possible.
Every change has a reason, baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong.
So I wanted to share with y'all perspective of how far that this is away from the house. And so all this will be landscaping. I would love to trim this out in some rock and have landscaping all right here. And then all of this will be grass, and I'll have like a pathway leading out to here. And then it comes on in into the garden entrance. So one thing that I definitely want to do is move this little archway back some away from all this, because it's hard to walk through to get to the raised beds, and because I feel like I made the area bigger now, since as you can see, the trailer used to sit like right here, so it was really close. But now that we have so much more room, I really want to bring this archway back this way just a little bit. I tried to, but we have them staked and they were in there pretty good, so I didn't get to. And y'all, the wind is fierce. It's about to get the storm, so I've got my hand cupping it. I hope y'all can hear me. And then this is a climbing rose, an antique rose called Lamarck. I believe that's what this one is. I found this on the ground, but I'm pretty sure that's what this is, and it does white roses. And so now that I know that this will permanently stay here now that we're building, I am going to actually, like I said, move this back some, and then I'm going to plant the Lamarck rose in the ground, not in the pot. So it's going to be in the ground, and I'm going to get another one just like it, planted on the other side. And then the entrance will be like right here, and then you'll have the white, beautiful antique roses that climb up this archway, entering into the little potager garden. Already seen the beds, kind of what I've done. Have to do that one this weekend. And then I went ahead and put the little stakes in here for the tomatoes, so this will get full. So we'll come back and see how this is all growing. and then got to redo that. And then over here, I went ahead and did as much as I could and drug some of the dirt up against this. So this is my plan, is for all of this to be grass and then to mulch all of this. So all of this will be mulch all the way around. And I have my climbing rose here, which I'll insert a picture so you can see what it used to look like. This used to be up against our double wide, like I said, the back of it. Had to do some moving around. So the climbing roses will climb that. And then I'm not real sure what I want to plant right here yet. My goal for the weekend is to get all the mulch down, and then I'll kind of refigurate what I want to do to the sides. We are going to build the fire pit back here, and then we've got to kill all this grass and put more pea gravel. But I have all the junk back here, so this is stuff we got to work with, and I want to incorporate into the garden. And then we're going to build the fire pit out of those rocks. I do have some hydrangeas here, and I'll insert a picture of what they look like. I have one here and one here. And my plan is to not put anything back here besides the mulch, and then just have these beautiful hydrangeas that will get big and bushy and fill up just this back area. And then I'll have them to be able to cut and use in the house for decorations. And then during the fall season, I can let them dry out and use them for fall time too. So that'll be all hydrangeas. Right here, I just had this bucket already, and so I just planted that white geranium that I bought in here, and it will get real big and fill in this pot, and I think it'll be so pretty. I wanted this to add in a little bit of antiques too, because I love like the little French country cottagey vibe, and so I feel like that adds to it a lot. And then I love the black and white umbrella too. I got that at Walmart, and I have a beautiful view of the house in the background. And this is what I ended up doing right here, and I've already been sitting here and just enjoying the afternoon, and it felt so good, and it was like a little serenity. So I had plugged up the little fountain, and it just feels so nice. These like big camellias will actually be planted in our landscape whenever we get through building and we do landscape. And then the hammock could use a makeover, but I just put it right here for now behind this green wall. Plan for the house and plan for the garden. Anyway, the sun is bright right here, and then it's dark over here about the storm, so I can't tell what I look like. I think my lips are really dry. I might have stuff in my teeth, I don't know, so y'all excuse the way that I look. But I hope that y'all enjoyed it being with me in the garden today and planning and getting your spring gardens ready. I hope this encourages y'all to get out and do your own little potager garden or little cottage garden. You could do it on a bigger scale like Tracy at Just to Get Farms, or you could do it a very smaller scale than what I even did. But I'm so excited to finish completing this throughout the rest of this season and to take y'all along with me. And like I said, I'm sorry that y'all don't have like the full beautiful picture right now, but hopefully y'all can dream and imagine with me. I'll bring y'all back hopefully at the end of this week. I can share with y'all they've done a lot more to the house. I think the electrician's here now, so I gotta go help him. But they've done a lot more to the house, and then hopefully before the end of the weekend we'll have a lot more done in the garden area, so I can show y'all a little update. And then my mom and dad should be moving into their house soon. Hopefully next week they will be, and I can take y'all along with that, moving them back in and starting decorating their house. So lots of fun and exciting new fresh adventures on our channel. So if you are new to my channel, y'all don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let me know that you're new here, and let me know how excited that you are to start doing all these updates with us as spring approaches. I hope that y'all have a wonderful, blessed rest of your week. God bless you all, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, y'all.